Hi, I'm Dr. Wordperson, and today we're going to answer the question, what are the organs of speech? Like, what is there in your vocal tract that actually allows you to, talk? Basically, the biggest ones are your vocal folds, your hard and soft palate, your tongue, your teeth, and your lips. But that's not all, and languages are immensely good at dividing up your vocal tract for fine phonetic detail. So let's go through everything from your lungs to your lips. First, your lungs. You probably have the intuition that you talk by squirting air out of your lungs, and for the most part, you would be correct. The force of the air leaving your lungs is what provides the energy for most speech sounds. Next, we come to your vocal folds, aka your vocal cords. They are basically two flaps of mucous membrane that are stretched back to front across your larynx. I have drawn a handy diagram. So this is basically a cross-section through your throat, like this. And the yellow strips are your vocal folds, and the space between them is called your glottis. So you can open your vocal folds like this to let air pass through unmolested, like the H sound in howdy. You can also pull them tight together to stop the flow of air entirely, like the glottal stop you get in Or you can just hold them taut and blow air through so that they vibrate. This gets you voice sounds, of which you're probably most familiar with vowels, like ah. Moving on to the next artisanally handcrafted diagram, your vocal folds sit in a cartilaginous box called your larynx, here on me and here on Mr. Diagram. You can move your larynx up and down. The obvious application is changing pitch, but some languages use this larynx moving property to make cool classes of consonants like ejectives and implosives. Now, your vocal tract proper starts above your vocal folds. First, we come to your epiglottis, this little flap that keeps food out of your lungs when you swallow. Some languages, like Arabic, use it to make consonant sounds. Next, we come to your pharynx, this tube here way in the back of your throat. Notice how your tongue goes all the way back there? You can use your tongue to constrict the flow of air in your pharynx. This is how you get pharyngeal fricatives, like in Arabic. Speaking of your tongue for a second, notice how big it is? It goes way back down in the back of your throat. We actually give the different parts of the tongue different names. Tip, blade, front, center, back, root. Obviously, we can make a bunch of different sounds by moving our tongue around. For instance, the difference between vowels is largely a difference of tongue configuration. Like your tongue is in a very different position when you say ah than when you say e. You can also move your tongue against a surface to restrict or even stop the flow of air. Behold, in addition to the wall of your pharynx, you also have your uvula, your soft palate, your hard palate, your teeth, which in real life are hopefully not green, and the little bony ridge behind your teeth, the alveolar ridge. Fun fact, most dialects of English make their T sound against the alveolar ridge instead of the back of the teeth. So, t instead of t. Now in Malayalam, a Dravidian language from southern India, they have phonemically both dental and alveolar T, and they also have a third kind of T, retroflex T, which you make by flipping your tongue over so that the underside of the tip of the tongue touches the hollow behind the alveolar ridge. Now, my friends, it's time to talk about your soft palate, aka your velum. So, on Mr. Diagram, your soft palate is here, and that's your uvula. And on this new diagram, which is if you're opening your mouth and looking inside, there's your tongue, there's your teeth, and there's your velum with your uvula dangling off of it. With nasal consonants, your velum drops to allow air out your nose. This is the difference between b and m and d and n. Some languages, like French, have nasalized vowels where you drop your velum so that air flows out your nose and your mouth at the same time. Finally, we come to your lips. Your lips get in on the vowel action too. I mean, how would we have oo or o without lip rounding? But you're probably most familiar with your lips from consonants. After all, they gave us the likes of Peter Parker and Bruce Banner and Will Wheaton, or if you prefer, Will Wheaton. When it comes to F and V, in English we pronounce those as labiodental fricatives with the teeth against the lower lip. But You know how to produce a voiceless bilabial fricative, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow. Alright, that was the show. Thanks for watching. If you want me to talk about a specific part of the vocal tract, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and you can also follow me on Twitter. Links in the doobly-doo.